We live in a world where spending has almost become a sport. Advertisers convince us that the newest phone, the latest car, or the most expensive vacation equals happiness, success, and status. But here's the truth: investment. Every dollar we spend comes at the cost of our future freedom. I don't avoid spending because I'm cheap or because I don't enjoy life. I avoid spending because I know what that money can become tomorrow. While most people focus on how much they earn, I focus on how much I can keep, grow, and reinvest. The difference is that one path keeps you trapped in a cycle of working for every dollar, while the other creates independence, security, investment, and the ability to live life on your own terms. That's why I Don't Less isn't about giving up things you enjoy. It's about taking control over your life and your future. Most people confuse frugality with deprivation, investment. But in reality, it's the opposite. Every dollar you choose not to spend is a dollar that gives you options, freedom, and security. When you spend impulsively or to keep up with others, you're handing control over your life to external forces, advertisements, social pressure, or trends. But when you consciously decide to hold onto your money, you reclaim that control. Investment. It becomes a powerful tool rather than a fleeting source of pleasure. This mindset shift is what separates people who are constantly chasing their next paycheck from those who are building long-term wealth and independence. The first step in exercising this control is understanding the difference between wants and needs. Most of what we think we need is actually a want packaged cleverly by marketing. A new phone every year, the latest sneakers, or fancy gadgets promise happiness but deliver only temporary satisfaction. By resisting the urge to spend on these things, you're not denying yourself pleasure. You're prioritizing freedom over momentary gratification. Each dollar saved is essentially buying time and options. That freedom allows you to make decisions based on your values, not your wallet's emptiness or society's expectations. Another key part of control is the avoidance of debt. Spending without thought often leads to credit cards, loans, or financing plans that create long-term obligations. Every month, payments eat into your freedom, forcing you to work just to cover past spending. Choosing not to spend, or at least spending with intention, keeps you off that hamster wheel. It means you're not just living paycheck to paycheck, you're living life on your terms with the ability to redirect money toward things that actually matter. Investment, like investments, experiences, or opportunities that grow your future wealth. Control over money also translates to control over time. The less you spend, the less pressure there is to constantly work to maintain a lifestyle you can't sustain. Each saved dollar is a step closer to financial independence, meaning the power to decide when and how you work. It's a long-term strategy, and it requires discipline, but the payoff is immense. You start seeing money not as a tool to consume, but as a tool to create opportunities. Control over your money is ultimately control over your life. By adopting this mindset, you begin to view every spending decision as a choice, not an obligation. It's not about what you're giving up. It's about what you're gaining: freedom, security, and the ability to live life on your own terms. That's why I don't spend money frivolously. Every dollar I hold on to gives me leverage, options, and peace of mind, things that no purchase could ever match. Most expenses we make in daily life don't actually add lasting value. Think about it. How many times have you bought something that felt exciting in the moment, only for that excitement to fade within days, weeks, or even hours? The newest gadget, trendy clothing, or expensive night out may bring a rush of satisfaction at first, but it doesn't improve your life in a meaningful or lasting way. That short-term pleasure is temporary, and if we continue chasing it, we end up trapped in a cycle of constant spending with nothing substantial to show for it. And learning to recognize which expenses genuinely add value and which are just fleeting impulses is critical to maintaining financial control. Value isn't about price, it's about impact on your life. A high-ticket item may look impressive, investment, but if it doesn't serve a purpose or improve your long-term well-being, it's essentially wasted money. On the other hand, small, thoughtful investments, like putting money into an index fund, paying off debt, or building a skill that increases your earning potential, deliver returns far beyond the fleeting pleasure of consumer purchases. By focusing on what truly matters, you shift your mindset from instant gratification to meaningful growth. Investment. This is the difference between spending to impress and spending to empower yourself. Advertising and social pressure make it easy to lose sight of this principle. Every day, we are bombarded with messages telling us that happiness, success, and status are tied to what we own. But in reality, the things that bring the most satisfaction in life, freedom, security, and meaningful experiences cannot be bought in a store. By questioning every purchase, Asking yourself if it adds real value and delaying gratification, you naturally start to save more. The money you retain then becomes a tool for creating opportunities rather than a way to chase temporary satisfaction. Investment. Another important aspect is realizing that lifestyle inflation is a silent killer of wealth. As income rises, the temptation to increase spending rises proportionally. This often masks the truth no matter how much you earn. If your spending rises at the same rate, you will never achieve true financial independence. Avoiding unnecessary purchases is a form of discipline that protects against lifestyle inflation. Investment. It ensures that your wealth continues to grow and compound rather than being consumed by things that vanish in value the moment you buy them. Ultimately, understanding that most expenses don't bring lasting value allows you to make conscious decisions. It teaches you to spend intentionally, invest wisely, and prioritize freedom over momentary pleasure. Every dollar saved from unnecessary spending becomes a building block for financial security, opportunity, and independence. The ability to see through the illusion of temporary gratification and focus on long-term impact is what separates those who accumulate meaningful wealth from those who constantly feel the pressure to earn more but never get ahead. Saving money is the most straightforward and reliable path to building wealth. Yet it's the one that most people underestimate. Many believe that earning a higher salary is the key to financial success, but the reality is far different. You can earn a lot, but if every dollar disappears as soon as it comes in, wealth never accumulates. The focus should always be on how much you keep, not just how much you make. Saving consistently, even in small amounts, compounds over time and creates a foundation that allows your money to work for you rather than you constantly working for it. The power of saving is exponential because of the concept of compounding. Every dollar saved and invested grows over time, generating returns that themselves generate more returns. This is where real wealth comes from: patience, consistency, and the discipline to prioritize long-term growth over short-term gratification. Even modest savings can snowball into substantial wealth over the years, provided you maintain the habit and resist the temptation to spend impulsively. Another key principle is prioritization. Saving isn't just about setting aside whatever is left at the end of the month. It's about making it intentional. Investment. By paying yourself first, you ensure that a portion of your income is automatically directed towards savings and investments before discretionary spending even becomes an option. This approach removes the need for willpower in the moment and aligns your daily habits with your long-term financial goals. It also forces you to live within a budget that reflects your priorities rather than impulsive wants. Saving also builds resilience. Life is unpredictable and emergencies happen. Having money set aside ensures that you are prepared for unexpected events without relying on credit or loans. This security reduces stress and allows you to make decisions rationally instead of reacting out of necessity. Financial freedom is about having options, and the simple act of saving creates those options. It transforms money from a fleeting resource into a powerful tool for choice and independence. Finally, saving trains discipline and patience. In a culture obsessed with instant gratification, learning to delay spending and invest for the future is a skill that pays off in every aspect of life. It forces you to evaluate the true value of every purchase, distinguishing between temporary pleasure and lasting benefit. Over time, this habit becomes second nature, shaping not just your finances, but your mindset. By saving diligently, you build a lifestyle that prioritizes security, freedom, and long-term growth over fleeting enjoyment. Investment. And that is why wealth accumulates, while those focused solely on spending find themselves trapped in the cycle of earning just to consume. The most important reason I don't spend money frivolously is that money buys freedom, not things. Every dollar you spend unnecessarily is a piece of your independence exchanged for a temporary experience or object. True wealth isn't measured by the items you own, but by the options and choices you have in life. When you prioritize keeping and growing your money over immediate gratification, you are essentially buying time. Time to pursue meaningful goals, explore opportunities, or simply live life on your own terms without being tethered to a paycheck. Money is the tool that transforms effort into freedom. Each dollar invested or saved compounds over time, creating a foundation of financial security. This security translates into the ability to make decisions without pressure. You can walk away from a job that doesn't serve you, pursue a project you care about, or take calculated risks that could lead to greater rewards. People who spend impulsively often trade this power for fleeting pleasure, investment, giving away control over their time and energy in exchange for things that lose value almost immediately. Another reason money represents freedom is that it creates options in the long term. Life is unpredictable. Best and opportunities don't always wait. Having money saved and invested allows you to take advantage of situations that others might miss. Whether it's investing in real estate, starting a business, or traveling to gain new experiences, the financial cushion enables you to act rather than react. Spending recklessly narrows your options, while holding on to and growing your wealth expands them. Furthermore, the psychological impact of financial freedom cannot be overstated. Knowing that you have a safety net, that you are in control of your resources, brings peace of mind. It reduces stress, improves decision making, and allows you to focus on what truly matters. By keeping money invested instead of spent, you aren't just accumulating wealth, you are creating a sense of stability and empowerment that cannot be bought with material possessions. Finally, prioritizing freedom over consumption reinforces discipline and intentional living. It shifts your focus from instant gratification to long-term vision, from temporary excitement to sustained growth. Each dollar retained is a deliberate choice to secure your future, to give yourself the flexibility to live life ethically, and to ensure that your time and energy are spent on meaningful pursuits rather than maintaining appearances or chasing short-lived pleasures. In the end, money's real value isn't in what you buy with it today. It's in the freedom it gives you tomorrow, the choices it preserves, and the life it allows you to design on your own terms.